If you would like to start your own jewelry line or accessory line or something that's very similar, then keep on watching because I will be giving you tips on how to do certain things. Hello beautiful electric people, welcome back to my channel where we discuss topics to become the best version of you and your business. My name is Sophia and welcome to the part 2 of how and why I started my business. If you haven't watched part 1, you can click here and go to that video. It is more of an inspirational video where I tell you guys my story, how I started, more like why I started, and yeah, if you are interested in that, go click it. In this video, I will give you more practical tips on things you need to do before starting your business or your online business. If you've been having a great idea for the last months or even years and you really want to start it, then this video is exactly for you because I will be telling you the things you need to be doing to get things started. So let's get into it. So you have this idea for a jewelry business and you want to start an online shop to experiment with your idea, see if the idea really works. Then you need to really think about what kind of jewelry am I going to sell. Is it going to be handmade? Is it going to be bead jewelry? Maybe it is very dainty and very high quality jewelry, maybe even solid gold if you can make that by hand. Or if you know someone that can do that for you. Are you only going to sell earrings? Are you only going to do necklaces? Are they going to be plain necklaces with a pendant? Or are you going to sell rings? What kind of rings? Are they adjustable or are you going to buy multiple sizes? There are many questions you need to ask yourself before starting to just have a clear vision for yourself. Then the next thing is, who are you going to target with your jewelry? Is it only for older people? Is it for a certain niche? Is it only for moms? I'm just saying random things. You need to know this not only for the aesthetic of your brand but also other branding elements such as your name, your logo. Once you have really figured that out for yourself, you can start by thinking of names. What I did, like I said in part 1, was that I called my jewelry brand Electric because it is a spin-off of the word eclectic, which means different styles together, and that's exactly what the aesthetic of electric jewelry is. The next thing you want to do as soon as possible is claim your social media accounts. A good tip before deciding on what your company name is going to be is seeing if there are already companies with that name, if there are already Instagram accounts with that name, so you can be sure that no one else is taking your name and it prevents just a lot of hassle in the future. The next thing I did was choosing a e-commerce platform. I made a video on Shopify versus Wix. You can click here to go see that video, but of course after this video, where I get into detail in the pros and cons per e-commerce host, because not every platform is the same. Some have pros that are really good for small businesses that are just starting out, and other ones are better for really big businesses with a lot of inventory. Now you have your name, you know exactly where to host your website on. Now you also need a URL. A URL doesn't have to be expensive. Some hosts even have a URL for only €1 a year, but be aware because this is usually only the first year, and after that they will charge you €25 when another provider or another host is way cheaper. So really sit down, do your research. Even though your small business is just starting, also think about costs in the long run. Also think 1 or 2 or even 3 years from now. At first I went with Big Cartel as my host, then I went with Shopify, and I ended with Wix, which I absolutely love and which I really recommend for small businesses. For my URL host, first I went with GoDaddy. to have my URL and also my email. So you have the @electricjewelry.com, which is very professional. I do recommend that to earn the trust of your potential customers. I first went with GoDaddy and now I am with a Dutch provider, which is called Mijn Domein. Now you have your name, you know exactly your target group, you have your URL, you have your website. Now you feel confident in your concept and now you can register your company. But beware, with registering your company, it comes with paying taxes. So really do this when you feel confident, when you know that this is going to be something you will be doing in the long term. So it's not that you are going to register today and after 2 weeks you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. If you are really serious about it, start registering. The first thing I did after registering my company was opening a new bank account. That felt very official for me, having the card with my company name on it. It was really like, wow, it's a real deal right now. So like I said, now I had to start paying taxes for the profit I was making. And in the beginning, I was doing it myself. I have 3 different folders, one with all the orders, one with all the stuff I buy for my company, one order with the stuff I buy for my company, but like actually the products that I'm selling. So the difference between those two is one folder is stuff you buy in order to be able to run your company. So that would be like buying a printer, buying a computer. And the other folder is really the stuff I'm selling. So if I'm buying jewelry or I'm buying even if I'm buying like silver or gold in order to make the product, that's what I put in a different folder. And for us here in the Netherlands, tax offices really want you to make different folders for these specifically. At the beginning I did it myself, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it is not the best thing to do it yourself unless you know exactly what you're doing, and most of us don't know what we're doing when it comes to accounting. Now, fast forward 3 years later, we work now with an accountant and we do pay him, but he asks a reasonable amount for a small business. So find yourself an accountant that's specified in small businesses, and next to doing your bookkeeping on paper, also invest in a online program or like a software where you are also doing your bookkeeping. It's easier to do it that way, so also your accountant can look into it. If there ever happens anything, for example like the house burns down or whatever, like you never know, you still have it online. Instagram is very important for jewelry. It's visual photos, but especially also videos are very important for jewelry. I mean, like Facebook is a no-brainer, like every company needs a Facebook page also, so you can put under your Instagram name like what kind of business you are if you have a business account, and therefore you actually need a Facebook account. Another platform which I think can be interesting for jewelry brands, jewelry businesses is YouTube actually. You can show like jewelry outfits, show how people can figure out their ring size, stuff like that. I think jewelry you should really see in action. Sometimes a photo is not enough to do justice. So YouTube is also a really good platform when you have a jewelry brand. Then the most important thing for your e-commerce business is of course going to be your website. This is where customers are going to decide whether or not they want to buy from you, which is the most important decision for you. I personally would start with at least 6 products. We currently have grown to 130 products now, which I'm really proud of because we also started with like 10 products or something. And just like common sense, like have a great homepage with really nice pictures where people can really see the jewelry in action, like on a body, like someone wearing the jewelry. And it doesn't have like to be the best photo shoot ever. Especially if you're just starting out, you just want to have content with people wearing it. That's the most important thing. Since this is such a important and big topic, I will go into detail into this in another video. Another thing you need to set up are your payments. Different countries have different payments. We offer currently Ideal because it's really big here in the Netherlands. payments, PayPal for our international orders, credit cards for our international orders. That's it. But you also have Afterpay, you have the Danish, I think it's Danish, version of that, which is Klarna. You have a lot of payments, so figure out where your customers are or where your target group is and strategize your payment on that. Before you can set up your payments, you have to have your bank account. That's why I mentioned having a bank account earlier, because it's very, very important for setting up payments, but also if you are buying something for your business, like with taxes and stuff, you have to do that from your business bank account. Another big topic are vendors or suppliers. If you are not making things by hand, where are you going to get your jewelry from? And this is a question I get a lot. I'm not going to tell you who our suppliers are, because that is giving away 4 years of experience, 4 years of trial and error. You need to figure it out yourself, but I am going to give you some tips. Google it. Like with every other supplier, just Google jewelry supplier, jewelry manufacturer. I am going to give you a big tip away, which is that a lot of jewelry is being produced in Indonesia because they are so good in making silver and they have a lot of factories there. So just type in jewelry manufacturer Indonesia or Bali, because in Bali you have this whole village. We manufacture in Europe because the lead time is just way shorter, but also search locally. I know there are a lot of good suppliers in the USA actually, so if you are located there, look locally, just Google it. I cannot make it more simple. Just do your research, Google it, don't stop after the 3rd page, just keep on looking. There are also like wholesale websites like Alibaba. I personally don't recommend them for really buying jewelry. I do recommend checking them out because sometimes you do have some suppliers there from China, by the way. And China is not the best country to produce your, especially gold jewelry, but if you are selling like another material, China is really good actually. A lot of these suppliers have their own websites, so you can find them on there, but then go to their own website where they have a lot more products, or you can like ask them like, this is my design, can you make this for me? It's really as simple as that, honestly. These were my tips on starting your own jewelry business, speaking from my own experience. If you are curious to check out our website, click here or see the description box and go to electric-jewelry.com. If you are interested in this topic, then check out my channel where I have a lot more videos on my experience starting electric jewelry. Also, don't forget to subscribe and put a thumbs up. I will see you in my next video. Have a good day, guys.